Leute, damit ein herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Sri Lanka Rundreise Staffel 2. In der letzten Folge waren wir ja im Tempel und in dieser Folge gehen wir in den LOTUS Tower in Colombo. Einige von euch kennen ihn bestimmt und ja, ich würde sagen, gehen wir direkt rein. Los, Leute.
The ground you will stand, and the vast land spread around it, are connected with centuries of our national history in a delightful, remarkable, and faithful way. Let's watch how a wonderful chapter of our history flows to the foot of this tower where you are now present. 500 years ago, amidst a storm in the Indian Ocean, destiny guided the Portuguese to the exotic shores of Lanka, a serendipitous island that marks a pivotal point in the history of Colombo. The captain of the Portuguese naval fleet, Lorenzo de Almeida, spots an unusually large mango tree, its branches lush with leaves that baffle the fruit. Colombo, once known as Colombo, derived its name from this humble mango tree. Long before the arrival of the Portuguese, Colombo was a vibrant trading city, drawing merchants from different lands.
Du bist um 1505, da bist du so, da wurde ich geboren.
In the middle of dense forests, marshy land and rivers that surround Colombo, messengers lit bonfire, its smoke heralding the arrival of strangers from distant shores. To King Abba, the faithful of Conte. Reports of the newcomers reaches the king's court. Dear Lord, a very white race, clad in iron, has landed on our shores. They are eating white rock and drinking water, trading gold for mere tributes, and their firearms seem out of this world, my king.
Das ist alt Sri Lankanisch. Ich verstehe gar nichts, ne? Sonst verstehe ich alles, aber altes Sri Lankanisch klingt so wie es ist, aber nicht.
Auf der Seite ist ein bisschen unscharf. Die LED war nicht so richtig.
Merkst du jetzt in jedem... Das sieht aus wie ein Bär. Hier gibt's in Colombo gibt's auch einen Fort, ne?
The Portuguese soon conquered Kugel.
Ja, das war für das, weil ich nicht gebaut habe.
But against them,
Die anderen warten mussten.
Ja.
Prince Tigre, known to be born for war. The moat around the fort obstructed attacking the fort, so Prince Tigre cut down a dam to divert its water. Today, it is known as San Sebastian. Prince Tigre was a formidable fighter against the Portuguese powers. Prince Tigre besieged the fort, forcing the starving inhabitants to eat the trapped cats. In 1656, King Bardasinga II took the help of the Dutch to eradicate the Portuguese power that Prince had confined to Colombo fort. The departure of the Portuguese and the arrival of the Dutch was said to be like trading ginger but cheap. The VOC logo appeared on Dutch buildings and goods. Houses with arched ledges, stores and porches came to Colombo. The Roman Dutch law came to Sri Lanka. At that time, a Dutch church built on grounds where wolves roamed was called Fulfena. A Dutch engineer named Beer built a channel to drain the water from Colombo. Since then, Colombo Lake became Bereich. At 10 a.m. on February 16, 1796, the Dutch flag lowered for the last time over Colombo, marking the end of 140 years of Dutch dominion. In a symbolic gesture of surrender, the Dutch surrendered their arms to the incoming British forces in a site just meters away from where we stand. With the signing of the Kugel Convention in 1815, the entirety of Sri Lanka fell under British rule, and Colombo emerged as the nerve center of colonial power. In the same year, King Sri Vikramaraj Singh, the ruler of Kandy, was captured at Bomore in central Kandy and brought to Colombo. Till he was sent to Vellore in India, he was housed in a Dutch officer's residence. Venkataranga, Indian wife of the king, stayed in a mansion in Malabar. The place where the queen went down to the Bereich Lake to go to Malabar stood the Portuguese gunpowder. The water in the was brackish.
Das ist Tamil.
The best water was at Captain's Garden.
Die haben Besen als
A
Paddy
place
gemacht.
a few meters away from
Schrei mal nicht so.
this water was distributed to the whole of Colombo. Sri
Die haben Besen
Kailavasa,
als Stoppel.
the oldest hidden temple in Colombo, is also located on this wonderful land. The queen who was taken to Malabar had new clothes sewn. Her famous painting, drawn by a painter named Danny, was drawn as she sat by the Bereich. The British, who revolutionized the country's road sector, built a road from Colombo to Malabar. The Portuguese gunpowder storehouse was turned into Lagos, the country's media powerhouse. The road next to this was called Macallan Road. Today, it is called D.R. Vijayawardena. Mr. D.R. Vijayawardena brought the last Lankan flag from England and published in his newspaper for recognition. Inspired by this, the national flag of Sri Lanka was born. In the place where the last king was housed stood one of Sri Lanka's highest buildings, named Auch, while in the place where the queen was taken by boat, today stands the tallest building in South Asia. And amidst the throng of daily life, as a beacon of harmony and joy, a place where the threads of history weave a unique story of unity, diversity, and resilience of Colombo and its people.
Ask the directions from that flock of birds. Oh, where are we, Arthur? And so many birds in one place.
I heard that approximately 200 bird species migrate to Sri Lanka each to escape the winter in their home countries.
Even though we are in the most urban area of Sri Lanka, there is no shortage of trees. to
Pati
visit
ka
them.
That's true. That's the parliament, it seems. Not just the trees,
Ah.
A variety of animals.
Look, there's a fishing cat. A cat who does his own fishing.
Die haben wir Frosch.
There's so much to learn from nature. Maybe that's why we imitate birds and nature poses in yoga practices. There are many places to practice yoga exercises in and around Colombo.
In this island, there are things to see under the sea as well. There are more than 200 shipwrecks around the seas of Lanka. Out of that, 30 shipwrecks along the coast of the western province.
Either this lighthouse, which is more than 150 years old, must have shown the way to those seagoing ships, right?
I'm feeling hungry now. What do you want? Hoppers, shrimp water, or both?
Ice cream!
There is no shortage of different types of food here, isn't it?
Don't forget the drinks.
Don't forget the sweetmeats.
Mama, ich habe jetzt Hunger bekommen.
Even in the middle of crowded Colombo, historical and religious places like this help to soothe our minds, don't they?
Waren wir schon dran, ne?
Ja. Oh, die Busse. Moschee, ne?
We came to the Postal Museum, which is right next to Lotus Tower, to find out how messages were sent 200 years ago.
200 Jahre. Da waren wir drin, ja. Das war schön dort. War echt lustig. Haben wir einen Tag damit verbracht.
Avalokiteshwar statue of Colombo,
The bronze statue of Goddess Tara,
the throne of Candiera,
Das weiß ich, der war so abgedeckt. Doch, der war abgedeckt. Ja, genauso wie das.
only the Buddha statue of Anuradhapura.
Krass.
are only a few treasures in the Colombo.
19 war das, 2019. Mit Sia
You too.
Papa.
Come, see, learn. Throughout
Guck das.
Colombo, you can see hotels and buildings influenced by both British and Dutch architecture.
Ja.
Der vierte
They
Stand.
are the most few of the oldest hotels
Ja.
in Asia.
Da. Und hier ist wieder der Lotus Tower und den Helikopter. Ja, welches umgefallen ist. Ach so, ja.
Let's meet on another day in this beautiful island.
Beautiful. But not good Regierung.
Schöne Insel.
We agree
That
that
Sri
Sri
Lanka is indeed a paradise.
Ah, meine Augen bei sowas. Oh. Ich kann sowas nicht sehen, wenn die so Transitions machen. Gott. Da unten ist die mini kleine Baby-Insel. Und nach den ganzen Filmen, die ihr jetzt die ganze Zeit geschaut habt, kommt der spaßige Teil. Einfach ein Raum, wo man ein bisschen ausprobieren, also was heißt ausprobieren, so hier zum Beispiel ein Lichtraum und dann gab es noch einen Bildschirm, wo man sich selber sehen kann und so ein paar Sachen machen konnte. Da sind meine Augen ein bisschen kaputt gegangen, aber ansonsten alles ganz toll. Und ja, Ich lasse es jetzt einfach mal auf euch wirken.
Achtung.
Ist hier abgehen?
Achtung. Darita, was machst du? Elefant.
Und das war ja unten nur der Teil, aber der Turm selber, also hochgehen kann man auch. Und das machen wir jetzt mit einem Fahrstuhl, der sehr, sehr schnell ist und uns einfach mal ganz nach oben bringt.